Hey everyone, grab your popcorn and settle in because we're diving headfirst into the wildest Hollywood scandal of 2025, the jaw-dropping feud between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. This isn't just a celebrity spat, it's a full-blown legal war with lawsuits, leaked texts, voice notes, and enough drama to fill a blockbuster movie. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around until the very end, because I'm unpacking every shocking detail, and the twists just keep coming. By the time we're done, you'll be as obsessed with this case as the millions of fans blowing up social media. So, let's get started. Imagine it's summer 2024, and It Ends With Us hits theaters. This movie, based on Colleen Hoover's mega-popular book, is a big deal. It's a romantic drama with a heavy focus on domestic violence, starring Blake Lively as Lily Bloom, a florist caught in a toxic relationship, and Justin Baldoni, who plays her abusive partner, Ryle Kincaid, while also directing the film. The movie's a hit, pulling in over $351 million globally on a $25 million budget. Fans of the book are thrilled, and it seems like a win for everyone involved. But something's off. During the press tour, Blake and Justin are never seen together. No shared interviews, no cozy red carpet moments, nothing. At the New York premiere, Blake's all smiles with co-stars like Jenny Slate and Brandon Sklenar, while Justin's practically invisible. Social media starts buzzing with questions. Are they fighting? Did something happen on set? The internet loves a mystery, and this one's about to explode. By December 2024, the rumors turn into a bombshell. Blake Lively drops a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, accusing Justin Baldoni of sexual harassment during the filming of It Ends With Us. She says he created a toxic work environment, alleging he entered her trailer uninvited while she was breastfeeding, made inappropriate physical advances, and acted in ways that made her feel unsafe. But that's not all. Blake claims that when she spoke up about this, Justin and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, hired a crisis PR team to launch a sophisticated smear campaign to ruin her reputation. She backs this up with a federal lawsuit filed in New York, naming Justin, Wayfarer, and PR reps Melissa Nathan and Jennifer Abel, accusing them of retaliating against her for reporting harassment. The New York Times jumps in with a scathing article called "We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine," complete with text messages that seem to show Justin's team plotting to discredit Blake. The internet goes wild. Blake's fans flood social media with support, and big names like Amy Schumer and her sisterhood of the Traveling Pants co-stars, Alexis Bledel and America Ferrera, post messages backing her, painting her as a brave victim, fighting a powerful industry. But, hold up, Justin's not going down without a fight. On December 31st, 2024, he hits back with a $250 million libel lawsuit against the New York Times, arguing their article cherry-picked texts to make him look like a monster while ignoring evidence that clears his name. Then, on January 16, 2025, he escalates things with a massive $400 million lawsuit against Blake, her husband Ryan Reynolds, their publicist Leslie Sloan, and her PR firm, Vision PR. Justin's team claims Blake and Ryan ran their own smear campaign to destroy his career, accusing them of civil extortion, defamation, and trying to take over creative control of It Ends With Us. They say Blake's harassment allegations were a desperate move to shift focus from the bad press she got during the movie's promotion, where fans slammed her for seeming clueless about the film's serious themes. Justin's lawyer, Brian Friedman, even drops a bombshell, claiming Blake never read the book It Ends With Us, which led to tone-deaf choices like naming a cocktail at the premiere after-party While You Wait, referencing the abusive character. Her character escapes. The shade is real. Let's backtrack to that bad press for a moment. During the It Ends With Us press tour, Blake's approach rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Fans expected her to lean into the movie's heavy themes, given its focus on domestic violence. Instead, she pushed a bubbly, wear your florals vibe, joking about the film like it was a rom-com. She also used interviews to promote her Betty Buzz beverage brand and Blake Brown hair care line, which many called tacky and insensitive. Meanwhile, Justin was out there sharing resources for abuse survivors and keeping the focus on the film's message. Social media turned on Blake fast, with hashtags like on Blake Lively Mean Girl trending. A 2016 interview with journalist Kirsty Flaw resurfaced, where Blake snapped at a question about her pregnancy, coming off as rude and dismissive. The video, titled "The Blake Lively Interview That Made Me Want to Quit My Job," racked up millions of views, adding fuel to the fire that Blake's America's sweetheart image was a sham. Justin's countersuit flips the narrative entirely. He unleashes a flood of evidence, texts, voice notes, and videos that he says proves Blake was the one calling the shots. One text from Blake invites Justin to her trailer, saying, "I'm just pumping in my trailer if you want to work on our lines." This directly contradicts her claim that he barged in while she was breastfeeding. Then there's a 7-minute voice note Justin sent at 2 a.m., where he sounds like he's tiptoeing around Blake's feelings, apologizing for something, vague and gushing about her creative friends. It's almost painful to listen to. He doesn't come off as a harasser, but as someone scared to upset her. Justin's team says this shows Blake had all the power, intimidating him into submission. They also release behind-the-scenes footage of Justin directing Blake in a romantic scene, where he's professional, collaborative, and focused on the work. They argue this proves there was no harassment, just a director doing his job. Things get even crazier in February 2025 when Blake's legal team files an amended complaint, claiming 2 other actresses on set felt uncomfortable with Justin's behavior and are ready to testify. They don't name these women, but the complaint says one reported issues to Sony Pictures in May 2023, feeling the film's quality suffered because of Justin's actions. Blake's lawyers also subpoena Justin's phone records, digging for more texts to support their claim of a smear campaign. Not to be outdone, Justin's team launches a website, thelawsuitinfo.com, with a 168-page timeline of events and his 224-page amended complaint, detailing every interaction between him and Blake. It's a transparency flex, but Blake's lawyers call it a retaliatory media campaign and ask for a gag order. The judge, Louis Lyman, denies the request but warns both sides to stop fighting in the press, or he'll move the trial, set for March 9, 2026, up sooner. He's clearly fed up, calling it a feud between PR firms. Now here's a plot twist that sounds straight out of a thriller. According to a Daily Mail report, Blake's team allegedly filed a secret lawsuit in September 2024, months before her public complaint, to subpoena texts from Justin's publicist, Jennifer Abel. This clandestine suit was filed by a company owned by Blake, without naming defendants, to fly under the radar. They got the texts, dropped the suit, and later used those messages in the New York Times article to build their case. Justin's team calls it a sham lawsuit, orchestrated with former publicist Stephanie Jones to frame him. Jones is another key player here. In December 2024, she sued Justin, Abel, and PR rep Melissa Nathan, claiming they defamed her by blaming her for leaking texts to Blake's team. Justin's side countersues, alleging Jones maliciously handed over Abel's phone data to help Blake. It's a tangled web of accusations, and everyone's pointing fingers. Ryan Reynolds gets pulled into the chaos too. Justin's lawsuit claims Ryan confronted him in a traumatic meeting about script changes, yelling at him in front of others. The suit suggests Ryan was either jealous or trying to protect Blake's image. Blake's team shrugs it off, saying Ryan was just supporting his wife. Then there's Taylor Swift, Blake's longtime friend who gets dragged in unexpectedly. Justin's lawyer hints they might subpoena her, claiming she was at that script meeting, referred to as Taylor in the suit. Sources say Taylor feels used, especially after Blake's team name dropped her to strengthen their case. Reports suggest she's pulling back from Blake, not wanting to be a pawn in this mess. Even Colleen Hoover, the author of It Ends With Us, seems to switch sides. She initially backed Blake with a December 2024 Instagram post, praising her as honest and kind, alongside a photo of them hugging. But by February 2025, as more evidence comes out, Colleen deactivates her account. When she returns, all traces of Blake, photos, videos, that supportive post are gone. It's a subtle but powerful statement. Hollywood's power players are another piece of this puzzle. Ari Emanuel, CEO of Endeavor and head of WME, Justin's former agency, gets heat for dropping Justin like a hot potato the second Blake filed her lawsuit. Commentator Megyn Kelly tears into Emanuel on her podcast, calling him a hypocrite for favoring Blake and Ryan, his high-earning clients, without even looking at the evidence. Kelly also goes after Blake, branding her a sociopath who plays the victim while steamrolling others. She points to a 2022 Forbes Power Women's Summit speech where Blake admitted to hiding her desire for creative control to land acting roles, only to demand it later. Kelly calls this fraud, arguing Blake used her charm, fame, and connections to manipulate It Ends With Us. Social media eats it up, with posts comparing Blake to Amber Heard, accusing her of spinning lies to destroy Justin. One user writes, "Blake faked a lawsuit to get texts and frame Justin for what she was doing. This case is insane." Blake still has her defenders, though. Her legal team insists she's the victim of a brutal smear campaign, pointing to texts from Justin's PR team that talk about burying her. They argue California law protects her right to report harassment, and Justin's $400 million suit is a vengeful attempt to scare her into silence. Celebrities like Paul Feig, director of A Simple Favor 2, stand by her, shutting down rumors that the sequel was canceled because of the drama. Co-stars Brandon Sklenar and Jenny Slate post in support, with Sklenar sharing the New York Times article and Slate calling Blake a loyal friend. Amber Heard weighs in too, saying she's seen similar smear campaigns firsthand and calling them horrifying. But the public's turning against Blake. Netflix is reportedly rethinking 2025 projects with her. Brands are backing away, and her girl next door image is crumbling fast. So who's telling the truth? It's the question everyone's asking. Blake's team claims they have incriminating evidence and witness statements, but they've yet to show their cards. Justin's camp, meanwhile, has gone all in, releasing texts, videos, and that awkward voice note to paint Blake as a control freak. Legal experts say Blake's harassment claims might have an edge for now, as they rely on factual analysis and could make it to trial. Justin's defamation suit, on the other hand, faces challenges, since courts protect the right to sue and the media's right to report on it. The New York Times is likely to get his libel suit tossed under California's anti-SLAPP law, which shields free speech from lawsuits meant to silence it. But this isn't just a legal battle. It's a PR war. Both sides are leaking info, rallying allies, and fighting for public opinion. Judge Lyman nailed it when he called it a feud between PR firms. The consequences are hitting hard. Justin's been dropped by WME and lost a Vital Voices award for being an ally to women after Blake's allegations. His podcast co-host, Liz Plank, left the Man Enough podcast, citing a clash of values. Blake's facing her own fallout, with fans turning on her in droves. TikTok creators are dissecting Justin's 224-page complaint, breaking down every damning detail. Posts claim Blake sent 17 demands to return to work in November 2023, not for safety, but to control the film's direction. Another post says her team pitched defamatory stories about Justin to media outlets, but most passed. Even Adam Monshine, an actor who played an OB/GYN in a birth scene, calls out Blake, denying her claim that Justin cast his best friend to humiliate her. He says her accusations are offensive and insists the set was professional. This saga exposes Hollywood's dark underbelly, power games, favoritism, and a system that protects its golden stars at all costs. It's a wake-up call about an industry that often picks profit over fairness. If Blake's telling the truth, she deserves justice, and Justin should face the music. But if Justin's evidence holds up, Blake's actions could hurt real victims of harassment by turning serious allegations into a weapon for personal gain. Either way, the damage is done. Blake's losing deals, Ryan's funny guy brand is taking a hit, and Justin's career is on the line. Hollywood's watching, and so are we. As we wait for the 2026 trial, one thing's certain: this is bigger than a celebrity feud. It's a moment for Hollywood to decide who gets justice, the famous or those who deserve it. Will Blake come through with undeniable proof, or will Justin's evidence tear her down? Only time will tell. So, what's your take? Who's in? The right? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this convo going. If you love this deep dive, smash that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe for more Hollywood tea. Stay tuned for my next video, where I'll break down another story you won't believe. Catch you next time.